Hey everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Today, we're re-diving into a topic that sounds like it is straight out of a science fiction movie, but it's 100% real. What if I told you that the tiny buzzing bee that just flew past you might actually remember your face? Yes, you heard that right. We're talking about facial recognition, but not on your smartphone. We're talking about it inside the brain of a bee. It sounds incredible, doesn't it? For a long time, we thought complex tasks like recognizing individual faces were reserved for animals with big brains, like primates, dogs, and maybe some birds. But recent science is buzzing with a completely different story. So stick around, because we're about to explore the fascinating world of bee cognition and uncover how these tiny insects can perform a task that even some computers struggle with. You'll never look at a bee the same way again. First, let's address the big question: how is this even possible? A bee's brain is tiny, about the size of a sesame seed, and contains just under 1 million neurons. For comparison, a human brain has about 86 billion neurons. That's a staggering difference. So, how can such a simple brain handle a task as complex as facial recognition? The secret lies not in the size of the brain, but in how it processes information. Researchers have discovered that bees use a method called holistic processing. But instead of memorizing every little detail of a face, the exact shape of the nose, the distance between the eyes, the curve of the lips, they see the face as a whole pattern. Think of it like recognizing a puzzle piece, not by its individual colors, but by its overall shape and how it fits into the bigger picture. They see the arrangement of your eyes, nose, and mouth as a single, unique configuration. To figure this out, scientists designed some pretty clever experiments. In one classic study, they trained bees to associate a specific human face with a sugary reward. They presented the bees with several different black and white photos of human faces. Only one of these photos would have a small drop of sugar water next to it. After a few training sessions, the bees learned to fly directly to the correct face, ignoring all the others to get their sweet treat. They were able to reliably pick out the rewarding face from a lineup, proving they could tell the faces apart. But the scientists wanted to push this further. Was it just a simple trick, or were they really recognizing the face? This is where it gets really interesting. The researchers then tested the bees with new photos. They took the features of the correct face, the eyes, nose, and mouth, and scrambled them into an unnatural configuration. It was the same set of features, just jumbled up. When the bees were presented with this jumbled-up face, they were completely confused. They didn't recognize it. This was a crucial discovery. It showed that the bees weren't just looking for a specific eye shape or a particular nose. They were looking at the relationship between the features, the whole face-like pattern. They had learned the specific arrangement that meant human face. This ability to process things as a whole, rather than a collection of parts, is the cornerstone of how they achieve this incredible feat. But what's the point? Why would a bee need to recognize a human face? In their natural environment, they probably don't. A bee's survival doesn't depend on telling one person from another. So, this ability is likely a byproduct of a more fundamental skill they absolutely do need: recognizing flowers. Think about it. A bee's life is a constant search for the best flowers that offer the most nectar and pollen. Flowers come in countless shapes, colors, and patterns. A bee needs to be able to distinguish between a flower that's full of food and one that's empty or even dangerous. They need to remember which types of flowers are the most rewarding and where to find them. This requires sophisticated pattern recognition abilities. They learn to associate a particular floral pattern with a delicious meal. So, when scientists present them with human faces, the bees are essentially using their highly developed flower recognition software to tackle a new kind of pattern. Our faces, with their distinct arrangements of features, are just another complex pattern for them to solve. This skill isn't just about finding food, it's also about avoiding danger. If a bee has a negative encounter near a certain type of flower, say, it gets attacked by a predator, it will learn to avoid that pattern in the future. This same principle could apply to their interactions with us. If a beekeeper is always gentle and provides food, the bees might associate that person's face with positive experiences. On the other hand, if someone swats at them or disturbs their hive, they might learn to recognize that face as a threat. Many experienced beekeepers have long claimed that their bees know them and are calmer when they are around compared to a stranger. For years, this was considered anecdotal, but this new research gives a scientific basis to those claims. The bees might not be feeling affection in the human sense, but they are capable of learning to associate a specific human face with safety or danger. The implications of this go far beyond just bees and beekeepers. Understanding how a brain with so few neurons can perform such a complex task has huge potential for technology, especially in the field of artificial intelligence and robotics. Computer scientists are constantly looking for more efficient ways to build facial recognition systems. Current systems often require massive amounts of processing power and data, but the bee's brain offers a model of incredible efficiency. By studying their neural circuits and processing methods, we could potentially develop new algorithms that are faster, use less energy, and are more robust. Imagine a tiny drone that can navigate complex environments and identify objects using a system inspired by a bee's brain. The possibilities are truly amazing. We're relearning that nature has already solved some of the most complex computational problems in the most elegant and efficient ways. Furthermore, this discovery completely changes our perspective on intelligence itself. It challenges the idea that intelligence is solely linked to brain size. The bee shows us that complex cognitive abilities can emerge from relatively simple neural networks. It's a testament to the power of evolution to find ingenious solutions with limited resources. It forces us to broaden our definition of what it means to be smart. Intelligence isn't just about writing poetry or solving calculus problems. It's about adapting to your environment, solving problems relevant to your survival, and processing information efficiently. In that respect, the humblebee is an absolute genius. It makes you wonder what other incredible abilities are hidden in the tiny creatures we share this planet with. So, the next time you're out in a garden and a bee buzzes by, take a moment. Don't be scared. It's likely just checking you out using its ancient, powerful pattern recognition software. It might be deciding if you're a threat, a neutral part of the landscape, or maybe, just maybe, a strange two-legged flower. This research is a beautiful reminder that the natural world is filled with wonders that we are only just beginning to understand. These tiny insects are not just mindless drones. They are sophisticated navigators, communicators, and, as we now know, surprisingly good at remembering a face. It gives us one more reason to appreciate and protect these vital pollinators. Their intelligence is not just a scientific curiosity, it's a window into the incredible complexity of life itself. Thanks so much for watching today. I hope this gave you a new appreciation for the amazing abilities of bees. What do you think about this? Have you ever had an experience that made you think an insect recognized you? Let me know down in the comments. And if you enjoyed this video and want to learn more incredible facts about the world around us, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel so you don't want to miss our next adventure. Thanks again, and I'll see you in the next video.